Greetings and welcome back to Factorio. I'm KatherineOfSky, and first of all, I would like to thank everyone so very much for all of your very nice, kind well wishes and thoughts and prayers as I've been recovering from that emergency surgery this week. I'm getting better slowly, but it takes a bit of time. So I'm going to probably be releasing a little bit of content here and there as I feel up to it. Anyway, last time I recorded this was over a week ago, I think. So there's been, what happened is that I recorded 2 episodes and then I got to the hospital and while I was waiting, I just thought of better ways to do things. So we have a little bit of combination of stuff because, as you'll see, I did some AFK stuff. So first of all, I changed the setup of green circuits. So this was the old style of feeding green circuits where we were feeding copper cable into a chest, transferring it into the green circuit array. But someone sent me a really cool blueprint, or just design a picture, which actually had an extra chest here, but I didn't really need it. So what it does is it just offsets things just a little bit. It's less use of chests, less use of inserters, which means less use of UPS. So I've converted the entire array to this new thing. Some of the machines are missing productivity modules. Just want to let you know I am aware of this. And that's mostly because I ran out. And there's not going to be made anymore for a little bit, as you'll see very soon. I did put a few requester chests for copper cable after all of these chests got emptied. There was a fair amount of copper cable lying around so that the first chest in each row, or first assembler in each row, has the recycling chests for there. All right, the next thing that I did is the main base looks slightly different. I have issued deconstruction orders for all the things, and this used to be green circuit smelting. The green circuits used to be here. Steel used to be here. I have to look at the map because I'm like, I forgot what was there. Yeah, so all of that took a little while to deconstruct and put into chests. I made so many chests over here, and I have another little chest farm over here. I'm thinking about a way to try to get some of this ore moved back to the appropriate smelting stations, but I haven't actually set that up yet. So there is not much coming in. There's a little bit of green circuit recycling, or I could just bring a train full of green circuits over here if I want to, just to get things kick-started a little bit if I want to add some modules and stuff. But pretty much we have no materials, so we're going to have to get train stations moving to get materials into the main base. But this episode, I'd like to focus on where I am right now, which is we are in the iron smelting area, and above here is where we have our smelting operations for iron. Iron ore comes in via this top set of train stations, and then it leaves through here. Now, some of these train stations are programmed, as you will notice, with different stuff. They have gears over here, and they have steel. Now, I did some of these in the previous recordings, but I had so much time that I had to spend clearing out the main base. I did not want to go back a couple of saves because it is a significantly long period of time. So what I did is I started to build steel and gears down here, which is what we're going to actually set up in this episode. And I did set up these extra train stations. I don't know if I set up an extra train station or I just converted 2 iron stations to be gear stations, but I did add these extra steel stations to the left of the building train station. So, oh my gosh, there's still more chests of stuff over here. Let's look and see what's in here. Anything good? Ah, yes, we have some furnaces. We've got some stuff. Ah, some modules. Happy days are here again. Let's grab those. Right, so I want to do 2 things. I want to set up some basic assemblers real quick so that I can blueprint them. And I'm going to take inspiration from the design that someone sent me for the green circuits, and we're going to do something quite similar with both gears and with the these whatchamacallem furnaces for steel smelting. Do them just like that. Offset them by one tile. That way they can share chests. Okay, we'll put requester here and supplier over there. These guys are going to be gears. And the reason I'm setting them up this way is because I do not have enough modules for the operations we're going to build. So I want to get the blueprint of the modules. And that's going to be pretty important for us. Okay, so these go in there. There we go. Okay, so the steel is going to go into the provider chest. And I think we'll make like 3 stacks of steel. And 3 stacks of gears, that sounds okay. Now I'm going to put in my modules. And that way all of this is going to become blueprintable and I can place them where I want them. So I think I want to get rid of this radar. Can you put it there? Will it make a difference? I don't know. Looks like it doesn't make any particular difference, which is good. I don't know if I did this on camera or not, but I did clear out a little bit of this solar field. I'm thinking that since I'm probably going to have very little going on down here, that I might start just putting solar field down here because it looks like the patches of ore are not very big. Maybe this one is decent, that copper. But maybe down here would be a really great place for a second solar station. A couple of people have been saying, oh, you don't need that much solar power. Yeah, I kind of do. Right now, production is low because we're not actually producing anything. I mean, this is production right now. This is awful. That's because the whole base is shut down. But eventually, because of all these beacons and stuff, we are going to need a massive amount of power. So it's very, very good to sort of plan early on that. Okay, I'm going to blueprint some beacons. And the funny thing was, as I was just not thinking quite right when I set this up initially, because I set them up in sort of these vertical rows, and I was like, wait a second, why did I do that? So we're going to set them up in horizontal rows, which is going to make a lot more sense for us. I'm going to take this kind of to the edge here. This is what I want. Very much what I want. Right. These guys can go there. And possibly that go that way. We'll see. Right. This one does not have power. Oh no. Right. And what I want to do is I'll have these guys kind of split in half here. Take the just general halfway mark, and this is where we're going to decide to put our little arrays. And I want gears on the right, as I have already have this train station set up there, and then the others will be on the other side. Okay, how do we want to do this? We want to make sure and align our buildings correctly here. So if we take this one, we do not want them directly set in line with a beacon, and I know that's probably going to drive some people with OCD a bit crazy, but the reasoning for that is that you have greater coverage when you are not gosh, and it's so hard to see on top of this stone field here, but yeah, when you're offset, you can have more beacons per plant. Right, we do need some power poles. And I think that should be enough. If I put one there. I'm wondering if I should do 2 power poles. I probably don't need it, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. All right, we're going to set up these guys to go a particular way and the others to go a particular way. And I did not set up my requesters. Thank goodness I thought about it. Because I would hate to copy it and then have to recopy all the things. So these guys are making gears. I'm going to get like 600 iron plates in here so that these guys go. Wow, look at the speed difference. If you turn off the alt view, see how fast this machine is going compared to the one with no beacons. Minus 60% crafting speed and this plus 90%. Pretty darn cool. I'm going to make a new blueprint, which includes the requester chest values, and we're just going to plop them along here. I'm just Pressing down the mouse button and moving to the side is what I'm doing. Shall I go there? Okay, that's actually perfect. That's exactly perfect. That's where we want to be. I'm also going to take our power poles and put them along this way. Right, there we go. Okay, we now have production of gears. On the other side, I would like to... Let's take this out, because we now have a better blueprint for this. This is going to request... Man, how much is going to request? Maybe like 300 iron. These take 5 iron per craft, but it's a very, very slow crafting time. So we'll just grab this. Oh, and we need a power pole here. Okay, now we can grab a blueprint. So to get that quick blueprint, by the way, so instead, if you do a regular blueprint, you click and drag, and then you get this window, and you can say OK. But if you want to do a quick one, you just hold and drag shift. I mean, you drag your mouse and you hold shift, but you probably want to hold both of them. Anyway, that's how to get the steel coming along. This can be placed right next door. And I think this is an okay dividing line. It seems like... Is that about halfway? It seems to be about halfway. It really doesn't matter, but the cool thing is that we can share beacons between both of these assemblies. So I'm pretty happy about that. Looks like that's the last beacon that'll touch there. And then the extra one will touch that one. No, it won't actually. Look at that. If I'm clicking that one... Oh no. No, something is not right here. I'm wondering. Oh dear. You know what I've done? I've done them completely wrong. Okay, we're gonna have to get rid of them. They are too close. They need to be further apart. And my error there was in sort of pasting them very closely. Basically, the error is that, yeah, they're aligned incorrectly. They should be turned to be 90 degrees like this. Yeah, because we're having the short side that way. And I can't believe I didn't think about this, but it is very, very important that we do this, because otherwise they get misaligned with the beacons and life is worse, and then you get irregular crafting times, and yeah, it's not a good plan. Life is not that great when this happens. Okay. Because you got to have the full width of the 6 blocks between them. Very, very important. Right. We will start here. There we go. And now we can click and drag and be merry, maybe. Okay, let's see if that works a little bit better for us. Darn, I can't believe I did that. But yeah, this blueprint is not square. On one side, it's 6 wide, and on the other side, it's 5 wide. So that's the big difference between those two. All right, come on, bots, you can do it. It's fine. You'll be fine. Come on, guys. Just please do your things. And don't waste time. It looks quite similar because it's, 5 by 6 instead of 6 by 6. But that's okay. We're going to get it sorted. I think do we have room for one more? I think we do. Yeah. That one reaches that one there. Yeah. And of course, the important part is that these beacons will also affect the bottom row of assemblers. Very, very critical there, because previously it was not, if we have it in the wrong alignment. And I guess that's what's kind of tricky about this style of blueprints, is that you may not notice it initially. So now we have, that should have been a great clue to me, that the crafting speed was different. So anyway, I was thinking about the green circuits build, wherever that is, over here. I was thinking in this vertical way, and I should have flipped it in my brain to be the other way. Okay, cool. Let's grab this guy here, and we want to do this exactly the same way to make sure we have it to be 6 wide and then 2 as the gap between the beacons. Go and plop these this way. There we go. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Let's get our power poles lined up. All right. Fantastic. Looking very nice indeed. I think I just want to copy the entire thing. One of the things that we do need to keep aware of is the distance of the roboport. If we put one more row in, we shouldn't have any issues. Let me just copy this whole thing. We're just going to paste another copy down here. Okay. And then we're just going to clear that, and I want to paste another set of beacons. Now, it's very likely that we don't have enough modules, and we may not have enough beacons either. So that's okay. But, you know, when the factory starts to get back up to speed again, we should have all the things that we need, and it should be fine. It should be really good. Okay, I think that's aligned there. Nice. Oh, look at the bot swarm. Fantastic. They're all delivering a lot of the stuff. Hopefully from those storage chests that are out here. I want to see what's in those storage chests and see if we can clear some of them out. There they go. Oh, wow. They're doing a great job at emptying these guys. Quite a lot of them were full when I checked before I started the episode. So these are looking really, really nice. Why do we have stuff like this? Steel. I think we can probably get rid of all of these, in fact. Boy, so much stuff. I don't really want them to come into my inventory. Bots, please. I'd rather they go into this inventory out here where they can be taken by the auto building train to go home. Yeah. Just put all that in there. Yeah, this should be a decent amount of storage here that we won't really need otherwise. Right, I think we can set up a couple of trains. Free these lovely Logibots so they can go about their business. Put in construction bots there. And let's see. There we go. Got a couple of engines. Set up a couple of these trains. There we go. Those will get to start filling up with all of the tasty good stuff that we're producing. That's one drawback of this combinator setup is that you can't pass by the chests. I really wish the chest hitbox would not prevent you, because essentially what I have in my base over here by the mall is this is a completely impassable grid. I can't walk through any of this. And I wish there was like a little bit of wiggle room where you could sort of pretend to walk on top of the boxes or something like that. Oh dear, this is interesting. We must have had some residual iron in some of these chests. That's kind of funky. Okay. Take that. I'm gonna just make sure we copy all of this stuff over. Alright. Forgot if I'm on the last cargo wagon or one of the other ones. Is that this one? Right. What happens if you copy this and then paste it? That's interesting. So it reserves it, but doesn't kick it out. That's kind of funky. Oopsies. Let's paste this. Shift paste. I did not expect that. That's very interesting to know. All right, we're going to copy the color of this train. You know what? I should make a color for the main base train, I feel like. I wonder what color that should be. I'm tempted to use orange, but I think the copper ore trains are orange, and possibly the copper smelting. I can make them blue or purple. So red, blue is pink. This is sort of a deep purple. Do like a nice, yeah, that might be good. So 75, 255 could be our main base train. Did I name these guys? Gears pickup, excellent. Okay, so what is this again? 75, 255. Okay. Actually, I can copy this thing. Is it shift right click to copy? And shift left click to place. Or to paste, not place. Since they don't have any orders, I didn't need to worry about transferring that. Let's go ahead and set these cargo wagons to pick up steel only. Don't want to get things confused because we could have accidental happenings, which would not be great. And this also prevents, if there is something in the wrong box, like in the other section, the inserters would not have put it in the train at all, and so that it could leave when it's full. And that's a condition I like primarily, is leave when full or when empty. Okay, so these are all set and ready to go. I'm going to delete this little mini blueprint here. I think we've got pretty much what we want here. We have a few construction orders left. One important thing is that these networks do not connect. This is the solar network here on the right, and we can look at that on our overview map. So these are discrete, they do not connect. And I'm thinking I might move my solar station either out here or up here, or maybe just stop construction entirely on this array and then start building arrays down in this area. That could be another good idea. So I am happy that we've gotten gears made, we have steel made, and I think that should be the last amount of production we have. So next episode, we're going to have to try to work on, well, we need to work on a couple of things variously. And I'm kind of just thinking, how do I want to do this? There's the idea of we got to bring everything in. So we need to increase our amount of stations. I took out all these stations, and obviously I took out too many radars as well. But if we have stations, then it'll fill up the bus, and then we'll have a lot more cleanup to do when we redo all of our assemblies. So should I take the assemblies down? Should I take the other things down? I think I'll figure out a solution, and maybe just do part of each time, because we are going to want more production of other stuff, including modules. I also want to set up kind of like a recycling train for things like all of these ores that are sitting in these chests, which are never ever going to be smelted here again. They need to go to their appropriate smelting areas. So that's something to keep in mind. But anyway, thank you so very much for joining me. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you next time.